Well, hello there. I hope this video gives you warm, fuzzy feelings inside. All right, let's just jump right to it because the last video was like over 45 minutes. It was like over an hour long. And I was like, this video is going to be shorter. And I also put I have like a little lapel mic, and it has been down by the headphones, but it's been picking up the computer mic, or not the computer mic, excuse me, the computer fan. So as I put the lapel mic up here, I'm trying over here. I really want to make a difference in this world. All right, let's look at these traditional trades. These are the best ones in the market right now. I mean, they're still valid. Like this is the ADX / DMI, directional movement, and then average directional index. And right now algo is got real close to the stop loss. Like I was saying before, like 15%, you know what I'm saying, from where I purchased it. So that means that we went down like 10. So 9% to me is just like asking to get kicked out. And so I put the stop loss below the lowest low in 8 candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's the lowest low. Just put it a little bit below there. And it was also, I didn't even realize that it was resistance right here. You can hear my computer fan starting to kick in. Just to recap, so this is one of 5 trades. This one is already closed, so actually I can just do this. That was the trade. And it was great. Came down near the cloud. Like clearly we are above this cloud, bullish signals, and boom, it shot up. In fact, it's actually, even though it looks like it's come down, it actually came back up again. So you can't see it, but it came back up and then dropped down. So I've got 1 out of 5. So I need to win 2 out of the 5, right? Because the odds are I need to win at least like 3.5 or 4 out of 10. So I've already won this one. So let's go to algo. And that one, even though it dug down, now I'm actually winning. Winning. It could stop right here. Again, let me reiterate that the parabolic stop and reverse has come down to say, hey, we are in a downtrend now, which is valid. I mean, like, we were going up, now we're going down. And so then you've got this little guy right here coming down. Let's take a look at him. So this one's actually parabolic stop and reverse is below price, meaning we're bullish. This is starting to come down, but still bullish, still just a pullback in my book. So I'm looking for this to, go to new highs. And is this the highest it's ever been? That's pretty cool. Trading price when it's breaking to new highs. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, this is wrong. Breakouts are stupid. Trade QFL and buy down here. All right, whatever. Let's just move on. Let's see OMG. Haha. So Omisego, we are actually, this is great. This is great. What about XTZ? Ooh, that ain't looking too good. We're getting down there, right? But 17% is my stop loss. So we're 9% down. This is what's cool. I love this interface. That was a little bit higher than before. This is the open profit, meaning like between 1, 2, and 3, and 4. These trades haven't closed yet. I know that you're probably all about some QFL. I mean, who isn't, trading strategies that work? So yeah, QFL is the jam. The reason why I'm showing this strategy is because I want you to kind of have an idea of who our customers are. Our customers are the people that are trading these types of strategies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really are the janitors. We really are the tow truck companies. Like, we are here to service people. And these are the people that are, like, maybe even if you thought about like a casino, right? Like, we're just kind of the employees. Like, we're just kind of the people at the casino. Like, we aren't even the dealer, or we aren't even, the mob boss or any of that stuff. No, we're literally just the janitor that sweeps up and empties the trash and does all that stuff. Like, we make an honest living, and, once in a while we find some money laying around. Haha. So, these are the people that are sitting at the tables, right? And so that guy that can go in and win at blackjack and count his cards correctly and, do that whole game, where he beats the odds. That's kind of what this is. I'm, demonstrating, hey, look, this is that guy that's doing it. And then you got a bunch of other players that's just treating it like Las Vegas, and, they're not doing it right. they're losing. Like their odds are going against them and their money is draining. And so that's why I'm showing these, because like out of all the coins right now that I'm able to trade in Kraken, these were the only setups that I was able to have confidence trading with my current setup, with a stop loss and all that stuff. So let's go, and let me pause this just to make sure that, because I want to show you the QFL trades that I had open yesterday. So I'm going to pause this and pull that up right now. All right, so check this out. This is like Secret Love Potion or something like that. These coin names are just starting to become like absolutely absurd. And did we close on everything? Yeah. Okay, so here was the deal with this. This order was sold right here, and then this order was sold right here. Obviously this right here was sold. And then I've got, more layers down here. Look at all these layers. I'm just leaving them there. I really am just going to leave them there. So if this gets hit, then it's going to automatically trigger up to this target TP. This one's going to automatically trigger up to this target TP, and same with this one. Here's something really cool. Nobody is showing this right now. Like, I haven't seen this in any other video. So, yo, pay attention, dog, because I might delete this video. Whatever. See how it's like 11%? And then this one is 18%, and then this one is 28%. So we've got like 11, 18, and 28. For me, I just think that's like, nobody's talking about that. Nobody's really giving you an idea of what's happening here. Also, I may move this down a little bit. Like, see how it's like hugging right up against this base right here. Every time that it breaks the base, it goes down about like that much, and then that much. So you can see what I'm saying in terms of, see how this one was? It was like hugging up next to this base right here, and then it just kind of came way further down. You could have said the base was right here, and so yeah, I was, spacing it out correctly. And you could have just said that, well, if it would have just come down a little bit further, then I would have gotten that one hit as well, which that totally can happen, and it does happen. Yeah, it looks like it found support, beneath this, or it actually, if anybody had a stop loss right there, it just got kicked out. So there's a lot that really goes on. Like, there's too many rules for you to really, be like, oh, well, when it came down right here, well, then I should have known to put that up there. Because then the next time you do a trade, then it's actually going to go down to here. And then you're going to be like, well, I'm just going to leave it right here, but I'm not going to have this layer right here. The next time it just goes wham, and it, there's no size there. And then it comes back up, and then you don't get a bounce up to here where your cells are, where you're trying to sell all your stuff up in here. So there are no rules in terms of, let's take a look at mana. So yeah, you can see like on this situation, it's like, I'm sure there's somebody that's like, oh my gosh, couldn't you have known that, it was going to break that base and I know there's somebody right now that, they had a sell on mana, like right here. It was like right up here. They said this is where they were going to be selling their mana. And look, it's like right at this base. And that is just a reality for somebody that they missed that. And it is what it is. Oh, you can't see. There's just like, there's a lot that's going on here with this huge drop down. Can I show you that with TradingView? Oh, sorry, I don't need that. Let's pull up mana again. We're going to go back to that September 8th drop. Look at that. This algorithm just barely sold. I got so nervous. Like, it had come up like once, like, see, I had bought like all this, and it went up once, and here's the break even. Didn't sell above break even. Came up 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Went back down. I could have reloaded right there. Came up again a 5th time, a 6th time. Came above it for a 7th time. Came back down to touch it. We got an 8th time, right? 9th, 10th, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like by the time that it had come all the way up here, I was like, I have had enough. And I was one of the people that sold it right here in this little red zone right here. And then it went up and would have closed. And then immediately it hasn't been back since. So just to show you that, you know, you really can't be the wizard of predicting things. So I think this would still be trapped. This would absolutely, and here, let's do this just to be fair to the algorithm. Come on. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna put a alert down here because that's where it would have triggered the 6th layer. So if price had gone down there, then we would have, which it did. So yeah, I mean, you know, it would have gotten out if we would have gone to maybe a higher time frame. If I can see, let's see. No, well, I mean, it just goes to show that like the big layer is like way down here. And so this is what will happen sometimes is you'll have this big, you know, this is where you're getting most of your size. And then you've got even more size right here. This is like the hybrid stuff. And so, you know, often you may need to break even on this. Just because like, you know, yeah, I know this went down and it was massive and you're like, oh my gosh, but you know, you have to weigh out the fact that it almost came up. It almost came up to your sell line multiple times and it didn't get it hit. So the next time that it goes down, it's like time to break even. Now, if you see your portfolio with this stuff, it's only going to go up. And so really it's like, even with it breaking even with you losing on this, you're still in profit. And there's a lot of people that I know about, that just are not in profit right now. I mean, they're probably in profit from investing, but like in terms of like how they see things, they're like at a huge loss. Excuse me. So, all right, let's keep moving. So you get the idea of, you know, being able to sell and keep moving. Even though look 1, 2, and then 3, then it sold, and then now let's zoom into here. Look, I wouldn't have known like all the way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it sells. Oh, and then I could have sold up into here, and then it's like only 1, 2, and then oh, only 1, 2, and then you know, there really is no way of like having a really awesome prediction of where to ram that big size of an order. I'm gonna have to cut this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's this one. This one got stuck. Look, it bought like this algorithm just put a base like way up here, and look, it's been working out. Like it whoop whoop whoop, whoop whoop whoop, whoop whoop whoop, and then it's like do do do, and then it missed it. And then it was like boom. You know, I was expecting it to maybe do that, and then it came down here, and I was expecting it to at least. It just it just almost. I think that's where it's at right here. Is the break even or the profit? Was like, this is it. So like after it had come down again and then came back all the way there, I didn't break even and sell right there because I'm like, oh, you know, it always comes back and it's crypto is forgiving and, you know, like all of the things of just being super cocky. And then no, it went back down again. I'm like, all right. You know what? I'm going to buy like a little bit more right here and I'm going to start selling it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then this is where like my break even is about right here. But I'm already in profit. Like, why am I not selling right there? Like, why am I holding on to that thing? Like, if I would have sold right there at a break even, I could have like loaded up like all this size, you know, this layer, because these double up. So if it's like, you know, like 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, you see what I'm saying? How it starts to add up. So if I break even right there, then I can take all this money right here, ram it right in there. And I could have sold all of it right there. And then it came back down again and I could have done the same thing, just rammed some more, you know, money into right here. And if it comes back up here, great. And then if I want, then I've got my biggest size waiting right down here where I can, you know, offer it at a better discount. But, you know, sometimes what'll happen is it will come down here and you'll think, oh, it's going to come back up and then it doesn't, or you'll sell a break even and then it will go up. There is no way of knowing. It really is just like rolling the dice and you're looking at it. And I really want that to be like, you know, at the forefront of doing this stuff is that like, you aren't the wizard. Like, you'll never be the wizard. You like, it's like trying to, you know, be a superhero and have these superpowers. And, you know, I didn't know it was going to shoot all the way up when I bought it right there, I didn't know it was going to go 74%. Like I would have loved to have taken all this size and just put it right there. And then let's look at, well, if that's the case, then, shoot, like this one didn't do that. And it was the same situation. So, you know what I mean? And I, like, this would have been, too greedy. Yet, if you go back to, this one, then you're not greedy enough. You should be layering them up there. Like, you're going to have people on both sides, telling you what to do. I mean, in this one, look, like, I didn't buy again right there. And I could have like loaded up, again, but then, right here, you could, or right here with, this is Doge, it's XDG, in Kraken, not DOGE, just to not confuse you. Look, it came down again and just barely missed my, my next layer. So, this is like, I'm avoiding the first and second layer with my hybrid trading. So this is like third layer and fourth layer. So it's like 3, 4, 5, bam, I sold. Perfect. Came down, third layer. Didn't get sold. Came back down again. Am I being stubborn by not selling right here? And should I move this one down? Like, do whatever you want to do. But look, like, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm skipping the first and second layer. So I can just, get more size. Obviously, like, it's already buying above the base to begin with. So I just skip some of that hybrid first layer, second layer. Just go into the, 8, 13, and 21%, wherever it draws its minor base. It's not even really a base. So you get the idea. Like, all I'm saying is just that, like, at the end of the day, when you're looking at this stuff and you're, trading this stuff, there really is going to be situations where it's just not going to work out in your favor. Like, in this case, when I bought it right here, it went back down. It's like, oh man, why did you buy? Like, you should have put the buy right here. Well, it looked like it was about to just, go back up to here. And I was like, well, I'll just buy it right there and I'll sell it right there. Just a small amount. I moved these down. They were a lot closer right here and right here. But, they're waiting right there. And you can see that was like where my buy was right here. And then there was like one, closer to here and then one closer to here. Like, all you can do is really just hope for the best and prepare. Like, just prepare it. I'm not trading, Nano right now. And I mean, like, this is a great chart. Like, usually I have a bot on it, but I mean, look at how far down it has come from the top to bottom, of course, like, but still, like, 46%, like, that's awesome. Like, it just was almost $8. So it was almost $8, and now we're down to, like, it just the other day was like almost at 4. So like, we're almost at 8 and then we're almost at 4. And this was like just the other week. So, I'm just going to show you that, anything below here, oh my gosh, if it drops below there and it comes down, which I don't think it will. I mean, what I think doesn't matter because what the chart does is how I react to it. But anyways, I feel like that covered like a good bit of, what we've been looking at. Let's do this. Actually, this is the one that the chart that I really use. This one I use like for my technical analysis, but all of my automation is set up on this chart right now. And also with this chart, I've got the Ichimoku. So let's take a look at these charts because these ones. Let's look at this. Oh, almost got some decent size right there. You can see where my, if you're not used to looking at my charts, that pink line right here, that's my take profit, and it just barely missed it. So it just barely missed this layer right here, and then it's just barely missing this take profit. And you little Bobby, the mom from Bobby's World, 90s. So, we can see what's going on right here. Like, this is where I bought, like right here. Look, it hit that blue and I'm like, all right, the retailer traders, they got my back. And then nope, but it fell and found support, and now we're ideally, at least going back up to here where, price was at. And what's the that's 29, almost 30%. Isn't that crazy? Like, ain't nobody trying to mess with it like this. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't realize this was the momentum was actually bearish. Interesting. Oh, well, that's where the parabolic stop and reverse really comes into play, because when you look on, this chart, you can see that right here, parabolic stop and reverse is like, nope. Well, that was about like right here, and then now this is when it starts going red. So there is validity to this coming in and hitting that. And also the RSI went, below 50%. That's interesting. And I'm sure like there's somebody out there that's like, just put the bars on the chart, bro. Just put the bars on the chart. Like, all right, bro. Like, you know what? Like, you got way too many indicators. You need to come to this view, okay? And just turn off that craziness. Turn off that craziness and turn off that QFL base breaking crap. Okay, bro, just look at the chart. Just look at the chart. And it's like, oh yeah, that was a base break and then it came back and man, I'm so smart. And it's like, yeah, what? Well, what about, that right there? Like, oh yeah, well, that was the base, because as far as I'm concerned, like, let's pull the old trusty price range tool. That's 28 right there. And then, this bounce was like almost 40. And so, oh yeah, man. What about, oh yeah, man. Oh man, 40. Oh, 20 something, right? Like, oh yeah, man, I got a bunch of size right there, and then I sold it like right there, and I re-upped right here, and I did that. It's like, those are the guys that are just like all quiet, when this drop happens, and then they start, once it finally gets back up to like, right here, they're like, yeah, oh yeah, and then it comes down and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get a bunch of size now, and they get a bunch of size, and it goes up, and they're like, oh, I'm so smart, and then they get more size, and it's like, they weren't trading throughout this whole thing, and if it had gone, further down, no, man, it always comes back to the base, man. Come on, man. Like, let's help these people out that, that might not just be Superman on the charts right now. Like, I'm just saying, like, this whole idea of just look at the chart. I mean, that is true. That's actually very true. And actually, I think the rules for QFL, man, there's a lot of volume, by the way. I mean, there are, I mean, these are technically, no pun intended, technically these are indicators. They really are. Like, oh, price action isn't an indicator. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. This is an indicator. Like, that is an indicator. That is an indicator. This is an indicator. Like, everything that you're looking at, you're just partial, like, that person that's like, that's not an indicator, that's just price action, man. Just look at price action. That's a different thing. It's like, no, that's actually an indicator, sir. Like, that is an indicator. Like, it's indicating what price is doing. Oh, that's just a line. Like, candles. Yeah, these aren't indicators, man. That's why they're not called indicators. Like, indicators are right there, man. That's like price range. You need to get your indicators separate from the price range. Nah, bro. Like, this is an indicator. Like, all of these are indicators. Like, this right here, if I can pull it up, right here, last. These are indicators. Like, this is just one extra, it's just a trail. It's just a paper trail. Like, it's a history of what price has done. But essentially, like, these are all indications of a marketplace. So, with all this craziness I'm like, craziness. Like, with this little line right here, like, get the word straight. Like, indicator, indicates, it indicates for you. Like, indication, like, the name of this is not an indicator. Like, that's, I mean, it's the coin that you're trading. It's the market that you're at. But like, these are all indications of what's going on with the marketplace. So if you have, some specific amount of information that you're like, oh, I just look at the bars, man. Like, let's just keep this simple. Like, not try and like get philosophical and break it down here. Look, you like, just go with the chart. Okay. Like, draw your base. Just draw it with your eyeballs. Like, okay. Whatever, dude. Yeah, man, volume and like price Like, you don't need indicators, man. It's like, all right. You're probably right. But what about this indicator that they made in like the 30s in Japan called at a glance? Like equilibrium at a glance, ichimoku, that's what that means. Like, like, the Japanese, they make good cars. Maybe there's a good chance they make good indicators. Yeah, yeah, yes. Indicators, that's all the same thing. They're just indications. Like, this is where price was, okay? And this is an average of price. Like, this is a average of the high and the low of price. Staggered 20, maybe 50, I think it's 52 candles out, staggered 52 candles out. So, 26, excuse me. It's 26 candles out. But it's taking an average of 52 candles back for one of them. It's quite the mathematic equation for sure. These are just indicators. Like, there's like this little area called indicators. But at the end of the day, just understand that the reason I'm showing all of this stuff is because I can just press the space bar and press the space bar and press the space bar and make a bunch of money. Like, I'm tired. I don't have time. It's like, what if you got in your car and you just took all your side view mirrors and your rear view mirror out, and you took out the windshield and you're like, tires and a steering wheel, man, like engine and a transmission. Oh, like, I'm not like shitting on anybody that trades just price action. I just want to be very clear that price action, candlestick charts, line charts, like, those are indicators. There's like, even if you want to argue and be like, oh, well, this is where the indicators are at. Like, nah, man, like, don't knock this if you like your price action. Like, don't knock this little line up here that tells me where price was at. Like, it's like, oh, the guitars, and then there's guitar pedals, and some people don't like guitar pedals on their guitars. They like clean guitar. And, those people are often the same people that, I put them in the same category, like purists, like, there is absolutely no shame. I mean, there can be information overload, but there can be information overload just looking at a chart, like, by itself. Something really helpful, to understand is that, sometimes when somebody gets good at something, it can be a lot easier for them to assume that other people are good at it. So they'll be like, oh yeah, you can do that. So a lot of people, when they look at this, they forget that their eyes are accustomed to looking at this, that it used to not be like that. And there's several things in my life where I remember I wasn't able to look at something and make it work. And now when I look at this, I'm like, oh, yep, there's the base, like, oh, there's the base, like, oh, here was a base right here, there was a little minor base right here. I could have, hybrid traded this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense to me now, just looking at it, but I know that not everybody's going to be good at this right off the bat. And a really good example, like two good examples, somebody that plays the drums. Usually when you play the drums, you play like one hand does this, and then like another hand does this. And, if you ask them to switch their hands to where they're doing the opposite thing, then they can't do it. And then they're a noob, right? And so if you happen to be new looking at this stuff, and somebody is like, just look at price action, don't use indicators and all that stuff, that's fine. But like, the main thing here that I would want to convey, like, if you're like, I want to get good at this and I want to get like fast and make money and do all this stuff the fastest way possible, and I want to do it with QFL, I don't want to do indicators, I don't want to, right? The fastest way is to take one of these charts. Let's just go to a random chart that doesn't have anything on it. I'm going to show you the fastest way right now. Let's take the crappiest of them all, Bitcoin Cash. And by crappiest, I just mean like scammiest. Like, it's just so scammy. And here's what we're going to do. We're on a 4-hour, and I've shown this in another video, but look, this is the fastest way. If you've got somebody that's just up your butt and around the corner about, don't use indicators and only use price action and volume, all that other stuff is wussy stuff. And like, oh, I drive a Chevy or I drive a Dodge, or whatever preference that they have, where everybody else is stupid if they don't do that. Like, real talk. Let's get out of here. And, look, check mark, little V, oh God, check mark, I guess. Here's a V. You see what I'm saying? Like, V, check mark, right? Little baby V's. Ooh, look at that. I'm not even gonna mess with that, but check mark, V, check mark, V, or check mark, check mark, check mark. All right, now we take our price range. You see what I just did there? Like, what's going to happen is you're going to, and then you may want to turn this tool on. What's going to happen is, see how I'm doing that? Do that on charts, like for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. You will get better at this than anybody else that's trading it right now. I promise you that. There's a reason why I tell people to do this, is because what you're doing is you're measuring the buyer reactions. And so look at what we're able to do. We're able to say 25, 26, 30, 73, 36, 68, 65, 21, 23, 29, 24, 31, 23, 15, 16, 28, and then what's this last one? 12, 11, 10? What is this little puny one? 11? Okay, so look, now we're going to take, what is like the lowest one that we really saw? The average of the lowest one was about, I'd say 15, okay? Then we've got 20, let's just say 23, okay? Then we've got like 30, and then it just kind of jumps up to like to 60. So this is all the information that we're going to get out of this. You see what I'm saying? Whoops, I just wiped that out. That's okay. Because what are we going to do? There we go. So we know that it's 15, 20, 30, and 60 with the buyer reactions. So if you see like a base crack right here and you pull out this little price range tool and you're like, ooh, 28, and you're like, yeah. Well, you know, this isn't 60 or 70, but like, you know, I'm gonna get some size right here. Ooh yeah. I bought right here and I sold it way up here and I got lucky. And then you're like, okay, well that was where the base was, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna put some right here, and it goes wham, and it comes down and it hits back right up here, and then you're like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna do that again. And then, you know, price comes down, it hits that, and then it comes up here and you sell it and you just get lucky. And then it comes down here and you're like, oh yeah, and then it comes right there and you make all your free coins and all that stuff. That's awesome. But what about right here? And yeah, this was news related, but like, let's say it looks like that. And you're like, yeah. You already know where this is about to go. They're like, oh yeah, 30%. Okay. Well, I'm gonna buy some right here. Ooh yeah, I just sold it right there. All right. Well, the next one I'm gonna do that. And remember how they said like the next one they were gonna do that. Maybe the next one they were gonna do that. Oh. And then they're like, ooh, oh my God, it just came back up to here. And they're like, oh, break even. I mean, you can do that. And then it comes down here and they're like, I'm scared, right? Or maybe, you know, they bought some right here. I'm just showing you, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, even with the people that are like, yeah, price range, like measure that out, do all this, do all that. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, that's cool. Like, do your thing. You know, at the end of the day, for me, if you've been watching my videos, you know what I like? I like doing this. I like grabbing this. And honestly, like, for me, here, let's turn this off. I like grabbing from right here and going down 55%. Like, that to me is just like, that just makes sense. And this is what I'm telling people, because you can do the whole chart measuring and get your bases right and do all that stuff. You know, and maybe what you would have done instead was, you know, I'm talking about how like 35 is my number of choice. 32, 33, 34, 35. So 35 from this base to that base, you know, that was the real base, 87%. Like, if you haven't seen a reoccurring theme, which is basically, yeah, I know that was news related, and this is like one of the charts that was an extreme version of this particular news related drop, China ban or whatever. But I'm just going to show you that you'll never be able to be the wizard and predict all of this and react, and portion out your money correctly. Like you're a human being. You're going to get greedy. You're going to get fearful. Like you're not going to be making enough money. Like these robot algorithms. Let's come and see what's going on here. The robots are really like, those are the ones that even they're not, making tons of profit. And I just want you to feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that there really isn't like one system that is going to work. Like you never know if we look at this, what is this, Nano? If this is going to be the base that it respects, that it comes down. Oh, well, wait, no, this was the base that it respected. And this one, like, oh, don't you know, dummy? Like, look, that was only 14%. And, this one was, 27%. Like, didn't you know that? Like, duh, I know to get my size way down here. It's just not like, it's just not going to happen. Like, it's not going to work out to your advantage every time. And like, sometimes these dips are going to come down. You're going to have to break even. You just have to accept that, or, like it really is all about finding what works for you. For me, like what I have found, like besides this bot, doing this martingale and the Fibonacci layering, actually it's, right here. I'm still like, I still think this is a game changer. Like out of all the things, like let's put this on a 2-minute chart. Like these panics, these are like alerts. And so you can do this with like, a momentum indicator. Like I'm in love with I'm in love with a stripper. I'm in love with the panic alerts. And it's just like, it's the one thing that really has kept me out of trouble is when I don't see panic alerts, like I am hesitant to getting size. So, I'm going to preach that all day. And no, I don't want to tell you, what's going on down there. That's my sauce. Like you figure out your own sauce. Like I put that together for myself. Okay. Like I've been listening, I've been reading in the groups, I've been doing my own thing. Like I told you, just put a momentum on there and make it columns and do that. I've been posting other videos. Like, well, you better find those videos. No, yeah, they're unlisted. Like, oh, maybe you need to go back in the forums and like find out what I've been posting. Like do your work, like I've been doing my work. I stay up and this is me paying my dues right now, but straight up, like that's what this is all about, is like finding something that has high odds. I've given you so much sauce, like you should be dripping in Chick-fil-A sauce by now. Like you shouldn't even have a sandwich. It should just be a big bowl of sauce with like a little side of like, meat dipped in there. Like, homie, I can't, give you enough without just trading for you. In fact, like, let me just give you like my bank account and the keys to my car and like, I'll give you my body and my brain. Like do the work that you need to do to get paid. I'm just wanting to fast forward this for you. That's why I'm making these videos. Just be like, yeah, I know you should be looking at price action, but like, or you could just get this little signal right here and do that. Or, like just pay for a bot and just manage the bot. And like, I know somebody that has never traded in their life and they're making tons of money just with the bot. They just manage the bot, make sure that everything's selling and all that stuff. They understand business. They don't need to learn trading. They don't need to learn any of that. It's just like, what is it? I come from like a recording, audio engineering background, and there's all kinds of people that are like, oh, we don't use digital recording anymore. What are you talking about? You don't? They're like, no, we don't use digital. We use tape. We record everything to tape. We capture performances. We all do it first take live. And it's like, well, we don't use auto tune. It's like, all right, you don't use auto tune on the vocals. I get it. All right, cool. But it's like, you get with the times, like, oh wow, you're awesome that you don't have to, use that extra boost to your advantage. But, for me, I'm too busy to be looking at this. Like, that person that's complaining about looking at price action, have fun sitting on your computer making tons of money. I'm going to be like chilling out in nature. Okay. Well, this bot is working for me and it's been working great. And then, on the side, I might do these little panic alerts, but like, man, I'm chilling and hanging out, living my life. I look at my phone. It's like ding, 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 panic alert. I'm like, ooh, and I just shop right then and there. Like that's the way it should be. Like, flash crash alert, like go and buy some. So just trying to give you as much edge as I can in one of these videos. Like I'm kind of exhausted from making these little snippets of videos of like 5 minutes, like I'm just ready to unload and just show you what's going on. But, with that, then that means you have to sift through what I'm talking about. But good, like you have to sift through my, my stream of consciousness in order to find the good gold nuggets. And that's the price that you pay. Maybe not everything I said was super valuable, but I mean, I did just show you, you're looking at, what I'm making money with. So if you don't value what's on the screen right now, then, maybe you shouldn't have been, watched this video up until this point. I'm sorry.